Yeah, be aware of the information that is out there. Hi again, Alexandra.
Hello.
Hello. Are you ready to rock and roll right now?
Absolutely, baby. Absolutely.
So, do you remember the topic?
I remember that you said that you are very calm, that you are very much aligned with yourself today, with your spiritual self. Yes, that's what I remember.
Yeah, well, that is not the topic. The topic is the multidimensional dreams and what they are for.
Yes, and what you were talking about it. What was your approach to this? Did you touch on it?
No, I didn't touch on it because I wanted to have that topic with you.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, well, thank you. I won't be able to stress to go on for very much long today. But it's good. I've just been sitting there rumbling on some things that have come to my mind that has nothing to do with multidimensional dreams. Just some observations and boundaries that are set on my page. So I'm going to leave that topic because that is not the topic of today. And we will cut this live and before we are putting up a new version, so you don't have to hear me talking all this time about things. So we are back here. I'm Eva and I'm here with Alexandra. We have said hi to everyone before. So we are here gathering of lights and we are about to talk about multidimensional dreams, what they are for and what do they mean. Yes, Alexandra, multidimensional dreams. Take it away. Can't hear you.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now, yeah.
Yes, yes, no, yes, yes. Multidimensional dreams. For example, I had for the last few days with Arcturianus, I was traveling in many, many dimensions, yes? And the last experience, the last experience from last night or this morning, rather to say, yes, was my hair, right? My hair. And I don't know if you remember, just for example, right? Just, top of my head. I don't. I'm sure you remember the Avatar movie, and there was the tree, yes, and there was the romance in the air, and anyway, how they connect, yes, the blue rays, let's say, yes, they connect with this, yes. So I had this vision, yes, in this dream, yes, of receiving this pair of white feathers, yes, as the end of my head, just, metaphorically speaking, yes. And it was given by Arcturianus to somebody from the other side. It's my new guide, yes, which I'm receiving lots of downloads today. But that's the multidimensionality, yes. So we live busy life. We live life simply, yes. So as Cryon says, and many other beautiful light beings says, that even if we live the life, yes, we are in this busyness, progression, ascension, spirituality, working towards, backwards, meditation, etc., yes. They always find the way, the guides or the selves, yes, they always find the way to communicate with us, yes, and to show us something, yes. For me, was the awakening from the dream of the previous life, yes, from another planet, which was very, very strong in my field lately, and also showing me new resources, right, for my business, for my expectations for the future, what can be done, what can it's not necessarily live, but resources, multidimensional resources, yes. Also traveling I was traveling lately. It doesn't happen very often, right? I was traveling lately to different dimensions, especially for different planets, yes, to see myself with Arcturianus, to see myself, my own connections, right, as the light being. And I think it's a theme for next month. We as the light beings, yes, in these connections that we live in the multidimensional life, yes, in a dream, yes, which is the help from ourselves, from our guides, but also to experience ourselves. I'm talking as the self and self and self, experience ourselves on different planets as beingnesses, as a races, yes. So that's my experience from the last few hours or few weeks. Yes, the multidimensionality is very, very strong. And also, I don't know if you can call it a dream, yes, but I see, I'm talking about the multidimensional life or the quantum living, in other words, which I'm really encourage everyone, yes, to do your life a little bit, or make your life a little bit different, and live quantum, yes, but live quantum, and I see many faces. You know, when you look at one place and then you see ET face, yes, and there is a ET like, yes, face, yes, it in this multidimensional living, yes, it's good to see that even the physical world, in this sense, for them, yes, for them, is a frequency, it's a vibration, yes, it's a material, it's an energy, and they are always connected with us, and they are on Earth. I'm talking they, yes. You can say extraterrestrials. For me, it's the Arcturian race, very, very present. But that's the multidimensionality for me as well. Yes.
Interesting. Well, we do know that scientific point of view, there are different dimensions that is scientifically proved right now. They don't know what's existing in those realities, but they do know that there are more dimensions that are present around us than just our physical world. So that is kind of interesting, because if you are going back within the esoteric point of view, we have always been talking about the ascended masters who has been here upon earth and now is in another dimension, still connected with us, right? And we also have these descended masters that are entering from other dimensions into our reality just to be present with us. And we have these hidden locations that we are talking about, like fictionary towns, a city like Shambhala, and other high dimensional light towns, light cities, or vibrational dimensional coexisting portals here on earth. And when you are on the same frequency or right frequency, you are entering into these hidden portals. And Manchester is very much like that in this moment. That is the most vibrant portal that people are actually not questioning today. And that is very much because we have this beautiful Lemurian collective with Telos, and they are doing a lot of meditations, and they are usually going through Manchester to enter into Telos. So and people are connecting with the Lemurian and Telos from heart, and that is the same vibration and almost the same vibration that is in the other communities like Shambhala, but people think that is a bit mystifying. But we are accepting Lemurians and we are accepting the Telos community, but we are still having some difficulty to connect with Shambhala. That's interesting. So that is a multidimensional aspect. And with that said, when we are dreaming, you mentioned that you have this dream where you are together with the Arcturians. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you describe more about how you see yourself in those dreams?
For me, it's an aspect, let's say, I'm disconnecting myself from the places, right, in my imagination, where is no longer available for me, yes? And in this sense, I am also collecting the memory. I woke up, my team is, I wake up a few times per night, yes? And like, you know, like confirming something, yes? So last night, I woke up in the middle, yes, of the night. I woke up and like, oh, I remember. I didn't remember what I remember. Yes, to be honest. Yes, I just woke up and like, oh, I remember. And I don't know, on the other side and fall asleep again, yes. So that's my of doing my magic with Arcturians. But in those dreams, receiving, but also letting go, yes. Me as a vibration of Alexandra, yes, me as a vibration of Arcturianus, connecting all those dots which were missing. What they were showing me is like a gap, a multidimensional gap. I think it's very general message which I can share, not much private, but very general. It's like a multidimensional gap. It might be interesting, yes. To it's very science, yes. So there is a multidimensional gap. Yes, we live in this dimension of 4 or 5 or 10 dimension on Earth. Yes, but if we get back to ourselves, the center of who we are, let's say the center of the universe. Yes, the universe is me, and the part of the universe is moving outside. Yes, you can call it the living the safe zone. Yes, my experience. So the gap is me in the future. Yes, connecting through the light, that's science, that's quantum, yes, with all those future occurrences in my life to the present moment. And as you know, as a quantum hypnotherapist, right, everything is possible in this one moment. And in this moment, as I said, we are collecting the informations, we are collecting the multidimensional knowledge, but what Arcturianus said, like, it's the free will, yes? So there is no rush for any person, yes? You are precisely the moment where you should be, yes? Should be, right? But you also have this beautiful gift of free will, right? So if you choose, yes, if you choose to move forward, yes, even the unknown can be like, I don't want to do that. Try to approach it in different way. Try to approach it like, I'm very curious what is there for me. I'm very curious who I am. I'm very curious who is my new guide, yes? Because as Eva said many times, yes, our guides are, let's say, the same name, but the frequency is a little bit different, yes? Eva said about Yeshua, about Jesus, about Mary, about, you know, our beautiful ascended masters, Krishna, Buddha, yes? They also had to go through this process of assimilations to new frequencies, and it's not always present, especially if we are going with the mind, body, spirit approach to life. But when we get in this, let's say, this gap moment which we are at, yes, the gap moment, connecting the multidimensionality, yes, and it's required, it's truly required, seriously required, open-minded, yes? Our hearts are open, like the spectrum, yes? A broad, open hearts, our are. But the mind really required work, that everything is possible, and choosing the direction for yourself, right? So choosing the passion, what is the passion for you? Which way you wanna go, and trusting, but also receiving the information. So as I said, this multidimensional living is the dream, yes. Through the dreams, I receive many informations, yes, which are like a navigation for me. Yesterday I received a symbol, right? Like never before. I was watching a concert, Simple Red, by the way. I was watching Simple Red concert from Cuba, and I received some point. I received this symbol. It's a triangle with like a Reiki symbol, but it's not Reiki. It's I've never seen this symbol before. I wrote it down, yeah, so I just receive it. And for me, like for the future, it's something to do with the business. I have no idea, yes. Just let's see what next, right? But also,
But because the geometric figures are holding a vibration,
yeah,
that vibration is multidimensional. It's something that is traveling through all dimensions. Is the way the universe communicates.
Absolutely, Eva. For me, from my experience so far, the triangle was always like a gate. Yes, the multidimensional gate. Yes. There is no space, as you know, in the quantum field. Yes, there is no space of time, present, future. Everything is happening in this moment of a moment, simply moment of quantum, right? The particles getting together. Yes. So for me, it's like a support for my work, what I'm doing. Yes, it's like a symbol for my site, for my website, right? Like, because I don't want to live in diversity. Yes, I want to live in the unity, and that's the approach for the next 2, maybe 3 years. Not only for myself, but for many beautiful beings, right?
I think it's important that we drop back to this dream state that we are talking about, because dream state and meditation are pretty similar. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I say they are similar to each other, because you are in an altered state of mind, which also is so much easier to grasp on the sublime information that is coming through. So when you are sitting there watching a concert, you are already altering. The tunes are geographic symbols too. They are geometrical symbols. No, not geographic, but they could be geographic too. But they are geometric symbols, and those are like keys unlocking things within ourselves. So the tunes that are playing out are creating sound waves, and the sound waves are creating geometric figures, and the figures by themselves are a vibration and frequency that are unlocking something within, which also could mean that we are receiving more information. So that is actually a beautiful way of being present and tapping into another dimension. And I want to fill in there, because to me, a multidimensional dream is something that occurs when you are so present in a dream that you are questioning if you are awake or if you are dreaming. So I will share with you one of my dreams that I had. It has been a couple of years, but it's still so present. So it could have been just this late night. And I was in a reality with a other people or humanoids, because there was nothing human-like about it. Everybody was in a glowing gold bodies, so shimmering gold, and the whole body was like liquid. It was like rubber. It just, you know, if you stretched out an arm, it could be like in this cartoons, you know, they are just woo, zooming out and in, but you had your physical boundaries within your bodies anyway. So I was observing around, and I do know that I was sitting down on a bench or something, because I was like, am I actually sitting down in this environment? It was like a square. There was a lot of golden people there. And the one who was next to me was sitting there with me. I know that I addressed him and said, you have to pinch my arm because this must be a dream. And I got my arm pinched and it hurt like I don't know what. So I was like, okay, this is not a dream. This is the real thing. So that is also a multidimensional dream, because you are traveling within this quantumness into another reality. And I was doing that in my dream state. There have also been other dreams where I receive images, pictures, symbols, a lot of symbols, and together they can either bring information about a place that is not physical on our earth. It could also be like clues, if you interpret them, of something that has taken place or will take place. So it's kind of interesting to see how these multidimensional dreams actually works for us in different times and in different environments. So now you're thinking. So what are you thinking?
Because it's something which I really want to share. I don't talk about it many times. I don't talk about it many times, yes, at least not online. But like today, right? You just give me this clue, let's say, right? But I want to share that. I don't know if I would describe it I'm receiving, yes, but I got this like a message, right? Like a word, a single word or a sentence, right? Or I see a patterns like 3 people in front of me suddenly wearing the same bag, right? It's the same bag. Or today is like a pink day. Everything like look at pink. The pink is in front of me, yes, and or a flower, right? And it happened like every day. It happened to me. Oh, you just said you had to pinch yourself. Is it real? And I heard it in the morning. Yes. So let's say that I from the morning I receive it, or I'm downloading it. Yes. And then during the day, at some point, it's like, oh, it's like a lightning. Yes. I knew about it. Yes. And then I progress, and there is something else, and like, oh, I knew about it. Yes. It can be a little detail, or it can be a sentence, or it can be a song, or it can be this moment. Like every day I see those faces, right? Or I eat something, or I do something, and I look at the I don't know, say at the bottle, yes, the recent, yes, the bottle, and it was like the face. It was like, okay, hello again, yes. A few minutes ago, I was outside, and there was a face on the wall, right, and different dimension. So the multidimensionality becoming our reality. Yes, it's for me, it's more intense than it was before, also in different form. Yes, so it's relearning for me, it's the relearning. I don't have a name for it. Yes, it's just reality. It's the quantum, the multidimensional beingnesses. Yes, and what you said about the telos, about Mount Shasta, it's happening, right? But what I'm receiving from Arcturians, it's the pyramid. It's the meaning of the pyramid. Maybe that therefore they sent me this
Geometric symbol, yeah.
multidimensional symbol, right? Of the unity in three. Yes, as you know, the etheric, the three number is very powerful number. Is the unison, but because coalition is also the meaning of the change as well, right? But the pyramid, I see lots and lots of pyramids lately. Yes, multidimensional pyramid.
That's kind of interesting. I actually watched Discovery Channel the other day, and they were talking about the origins of, you know, how you can follow some of the like pyramids throughout the globe, because there's not just in Egypt, they are located everywhere. And they're different constellations, and they can actually see a pattern how everyone is talking about similar thing, same thing, and the constellations are pretty much like we are receiving information, or not receiving information. No. Erase that. That we have been visited by these different collectives during the human evolution. Yeah, and they all have left their imprints on us who are staying here. So there are different star collectives that are more or less bound to the different pyramids around the globe. And that's kind of interesting, because there are so many speculations and so many information that now are coming together. So that is quite fascinating how to receive and interpret those information. And why they are talking, why they didn't talk about it this time, is because we are now gazing our future to Mars, and we do all have seen these pictures that popped up for many years ago, whether this facial structure on Mars, and then they come other pictures that they have, you know, pixel down or up or whatever they do, and saying this is just a rock with shadows on it, so it's not a facial structure. But it's very hard to take those images away, because they are already there. And there are structures on Mars that aren't similar to the environment around it, so it looks like they are constructions that are humanoid made. So one theory is that they're actually, Mars once upon a time was this flourishing Earth-like environment, and that some of these cultures actually come down to Earth, and that's why we have this ancient pyramids all around the globe, because that is a monument to where they come from. So that's kind of fascinating. I do love that, and I do love to watch those programs on television, definitely. And multidimensional, yeah, definitely. I will keep talking about another multidimensional, because one thing that could be, sometimes you're just dreaming and there's nothing of worth within the dreams, you know, they're just imaging popping up, and there's no relevance. Most likely it's something that happened in this life, in this now, that your brain is just processing for you to be able to move forward. But sometimes there are elements popping up, occurring from dream to dream to dream. And for me, it's the same humanoid people. They look very the same in every dream. And it can be like half year. It could have been like 6 months between those dreams, and they still look the same. And they are not rambling things that aren't, relevant. So you definitely have a sort of communication on another level. You're talking normally. So that is for me a sign that we are connecting back with this collective, your origin or your latest origin, in dreams, in multidimensional dreams. And sometimes we need to have those verifications that we do know what to look for, and to be aware that these are probably more regular dreams that are in everybody's minds during nights when we are sleeping and dreaming. And we need to try to give some effort to remember our dreams.
Okay, another day of my life. Yes, the multidimensional. Leave quantum, guys. Leave quantum. Right.
Leave quantum.
Leave quantum. Leave quantum. It's not about processing or living. It's just what happened. Many of because I'm connected through Arcturianus, yes, through the beautiful frequency, the consciousness of Arcturianus, yes, and he is teaching me about other dimensions as well, right? But as you are talking about your beautiful family, yes, communicating with you in this form, multidimensional form, right? I was visited. Everything is possible. We think that we live on Earth. Yes, we live on Earth, but the Earth is multidimensional as well, right? So 4D or 5D or 10D, okay, but you are the D on itself, right? So my experience, or in other words, my multidimensional life, first they were showing me the pictures that so I don't get, I don't want to see it, right? I don't want to see it, guys. No, right? Do you remember it was maybe not the horror story, but do you remember this? I don't remember the title of this movie now. When there was like a transparent being in the jungle. Do you remember a transparent?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't remember the title. It was like a war movie or something.
Yeah. Oh God.
It was scary. I remember it was a scary movie. I've forgotten.
Yes, it's a scary movie. It's a scientific.
But it's not scary
movie.
I don't want to scare anyone. Yes. Don't be scared, guys. Yes, but that's how they were preparing me. How this being looked like. Yes, so it's like the brain giving away, right? So I saw this like, oh,
Predator. Okay. The name was Predator on that movie.
Thank you so very much, Emma. Yes, I was looking for this word. Yeah. So actually, right, I saw this being, I mean, in my eyes, I saw this being a few times, yes, the other day and today as well. It's like the shifting, yes, in the energy. So they are transparent and they are real, right? They look like this. It's not that they are hiding, yes? They actually look like this, right? They are very wise. They're not observers or anything like this, right? They are simply themselves, right? But that's how I just want to explain that anything is seriously possible, right? So that's my experience, right? During the day, it is a multidimensional, it's not a dream, it's simply alive, yes? It's simply alive.
Yeah, I do love that movie, The Predators.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Yes. Don't think that this movie apply how do they look like or how do they act like against human. No, actually they are human-like, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, I do know, but I also want to say that they are humanoids.
Yes, they are. They
are humanoids. So, and that why I do love these movies is because Oh, sometimes we have been fed this picture of this golden light with this divine, beautiful energy, getting materialized into a perfect human being in their 20, 30 years old, vibrating love, peace, and understanding. And that is some picture that is very, very beautiful, of course.
Yes.
But we do sometimes apply that picture that everybody out in the universe will look like that. And that is not the truth.
No.
Because it's as you say, there are humanoids out there in the collective not looking like
humans
the way
at
we
all.
want them to look, that we believe that they should look like. They could actually look like a lot of those entities that we are seeing in the scary movies. They don't necessarily have to have those qualities, because that is our way to scare ourselves, right? Yeah. But the image of something that you might find obscene or disturbing or scary could be a definition of normality in some
for me it's normality. For me it's normality.
Yeah.
And it also reminds me from another night, yes. The multidimensional dreams, as I was in multidimensional reality, right? I was seeing many beings, yes. Before I start channeling being, I used to channel only frequency, and now I'm like progressing as a channeler, so I channel beings as well in the Arcturian frequency, yes, I call it Arcturian group. So they were showing me themselves, right? Yeah, for this purpose of learning, yes, expansion, learning a lot, learning. And I was like, I don't know, no, that's the human mind, yes, like Eva said, yes, you have to be perfect, you have to be shiny, bright, peace and love, and then you have, baby, I look like this. And I was like, oh, take a deep breath, yes, everything is science, yes, everything is possible, yes, that's how I deal with that, yes, how I'm learning about our friends from different dimensions. And then I said to myself that, and that's what those Arcturianos and Arcturian says, just wait a minute. We pursued ourselves, right? As the only one humans, as the only one in the universe, yes? We channel, we expect changes, we expect this, but we need to put a little bit of effort and get to our mind, that's what I said at the beginning, get to our mind possibility that they are not necessarily looking like those beautiful pictures of Arcturians or in blue and gold, right, which I recently saw, but there are many other pictures, and for them, yes, we look scary. If you can think about it, and that's what convinced myself, how I convinced myself, that actually I look for them scary. Yes, I look for them not familiar, in other words. I look for them from a different planet, right? And then I come to this realization, respect, because it was in my head, it was like respect. And I was like, what, Arcturianos, what is the respect all about, right? What is the respect? And then they will show me themselves, yes, from the beings, they will show me that, and that's the respect, yes? Don't be the center of the universe all the time, yes?
Yeah.
Million, billion, or trillion centers of the universe, yes?
Yeah.
And as Eva said, we are united. We are united, yes, in the energy of abundance, the energy of love, in the energy of Syrians as well, of Anunnaki as well, yes, of Yeshua, of Mary. But don't get yourself only in this picture, peace and love, guys. Yes, it is peace and love, but It's the inner connection with your light family, with your star family. This multidimensional, that's the multidimensional dream that we are only humans, yes, and that's the multidimensional dream.
Yeah, and the fun thing is that there are actually entities in other dimensions that we would like to refer as higher dimensions, that are not working the same agenda that we are usually talking about, the higher good for the humanity. So it's not like everything is written in stone. But this is one thing I wanted to come back to that I kind of addressed before you went live, Alexandra. This thing of boundaries, and also about discernment, to be able to see a bit further beyond what you are presenting with. So look behind, look for the frequency, and look for the energy. Everything doesn't have to be, you don't have to buy everything, so buy emotionally everything. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then let it go, because there are trillions of entities that you can connect with. But even in this life, use discernment, and try to hear and feel the energy behind it, because that is the key. Because not everything is I mentioned just like these, there's like some posts with hundreds or 99 posts, one post with 99 pictures of the divine energy in human form, and then there's one picture within those 100 pictures that are low density on that are fear-based. We can leave it with that. And that is a hidden agenda. So when you are looking at that post, you will see, probably what you are seeing is something that is love and light, and you feel, oh, beautiful pictures, I love them. But there are really not the purpose of that. If you are looking behind, it's another agenda. And maybe it's time that we should address that. You need to use your own discernment, and what is right for you may not be right for someone else, but it's your right to use that discernment and boundaries for what kind of energy that you want to have in your life. And actually also use it, as we are talking about now, when you are connected. Be aware that everything is not what it looked like. It could look scary, but it could hold the beautiful vibration of love. But it doesn't, with the first eye, resonate with what we are used to. So we need to look behind to see things for what they are in real, and leave it with that.
You know, Eva, I this morning I look at the Google, yes. What is the spirituality for 2023? And like the first sentence was in a work, yes, the interconnection. It's like for 2023, like a main purpose, yes. So everything what you said very much is in this alignment, yes, that the inner work, the discernment, yes, being yourself, live your purpose, what is important for you, what you are searching for, yes. It is you, yes, making your own choices, yes. And Arturiano says, you are free to choose. You are free to choose. And I think it summarized what Eva said. You are free to choose.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yes, to everyone, including myself, yes.
Yeah.
You are free to choose.
Yeah. But it's kind of interesting that you are meeting up with a lot of those beautiful
It's fun.
entity.
I mean,
Fun.
it's my, I don't talk about, maybe we can do one, one talk only about the multidimensional combined with the physical, because
Yeah.
I think it's a new trend, Eva, for us, for many beautiful lights on earth, yes, that we live in this business, that we live in this planning, and then is light, the multidimensional life, right, which nothing to be scared about. It's just a new approach. Maybe for one, it would be explanation that the veil is thicker, right? Or maybe for another would be that the consciousness is this awakened consciousness or awakened mind. Yes, but if you think about awakened consciousness, it's occurred to me lately. That awakened consciousness, that is you. Yes, you are the consciousness. You can say sparkle of light. Yes, you are sparkle, but you are consciousness. Yes. So the consciousness is playing a huge role in this ascension for upcoming months. Yes. What you are choosing, we are going beyond this reality, that you are choosing your reality, you are choosing your frequency, you are choosing yourself, you are choosing your energy, you are choosing who you are, right? That's the awareness, that's the consciousness of being human and respect others on earth, because we seriously live on earth. We live on earth in multi-dimensional cocoon of belief or disbelief. So being aware of the science, being aware of the quantum explanations, being aware of the changes of the history, yes. I mean, everything is happening so fast, yes. So science, spirituality, quantum explain truly. It's not the esoteric, it's more in science-based, new spirituality, yes. So sometimes when I'm going with Arturianus somewhere, some places, yes, unknown for me, or vibrationally unknown for me, I simply think to myself, science, it has to be explanation, right, about this place. It has to be explanation about this vibration, yes. And I take a moment for myself to, or discover it, yes, or take a, step back, yes, and get back to this moment again when my knowledge is bigger, and when I'm ready, yes, for myself to receive this frequency, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Free your mind.
Free. Eva, bless your heart. Free your mind, guys. I love it. May I use it, Eva? May I use it?
Of course.
I love it. I love it. Free your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free your mind. I love it.
Every thought is lent from the creator, so it doesn't really own our own thoughts.
Yes.
We are just expressing them. They have already been expressed in another dimension, so express them how many times you want to.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is it. So actually need to start to move away from this live, Alexandra. Sorry, because
my apology for being
well, that's divinely timing. So there's always a meaning with everything. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have said the key things, and but I do love this, and I would like to explore more about this multidimensional living that we were talking about, the entities out there.
Yes, beingnesses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, really, it's like I call it, like I call it love club, LOVE, my love club. Yes, that's my love club. Yes.
Well, I love that. So With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are closing down today's chat, and we have had a sparkling chat when we got together here, like we usually do. I enjoy every minute of it. Anyway.
I'm very, very humble and very grateful, Eva, for your offering for me today. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, and we will see each other again later on. So take care, everybody, and thank you, Alexandra, for being here. Bye.
Bye.